Steve is mindlessly roaming a cave he thought he knew like the back of his non-existent hand, and then he stumbles into an ancient city, and a warden comes, and then the warden kills him. Pretty common stuff to happen in Minecraft, but right before he dies, Steve notices the ancient city portal in all of its glory, and we question, I wonder what that's for. But then we get sent into Kingdom Come, but here I am, coming to answer that question. You may also wonder why the piglins are banished into the Nether, or maybe why you're the only human living in this infinite world. All three of these questions have very simple and similar answers. But to uncover the truth, we need to take a closer look into the ancient city and what really happened to it. The first look you get at the ancient city, you might just assume that the warden is the reason it's been destroyed. I mean, there's no clues for any other mob that could have done it, and the warden seems aggressive enough. But we have to wonder, why is his name the warden then? The warden means like supervisor, or basically the person in charge of making sure no one's breaking any rules. This almost makes it seem like the warden was the police officer of the city before it was destroyed, and even now that it's gone, he's still protecting it. But if the warden was actually trying to save the city, what could have turned it into a ghost town? After all, the warden is by far the most powerful mob in the game, and if you're thinking the wither could stop him and even defeat him, you'd be very much mistaken, because the warden has almost double the health and triple the attack power of the wither. I think that whatever destroyed the ancient city is on the other side of the portal, and although Minecraft hasn't added a way to open it yet, that doesn't mean we can't discover this mysterious mob. To find more answers, we need to take a look over to the piglins. But first, can you please subscribe, because I'm trying to become the top penguin on YouTube, and if you all subscribe, I'm sure we can make it. Now, ever since the ruined portals have been added into the game, we assume that the piglins are actually native to the overworld, but were banished to the Nether. By what? That part is unclear. But what I do know is that it was no accident these portals were left ruined. It's really hard to break obsidian. Agreed?
One eternity later.
So it's not like the portal fell apart for natural reasons. Something, or someone, must have broken it. Any possible candidates could be Steve himself, or past players, or maybe even Endermen. But the problem is, I don't think the mob that destroyed the Nether portals is a different mob than the one that destroyed the ancient city. Whatever this mob was wanted to be the only living creature left in the overworld. That's why it destroyed the ancient city, banished the piglins, and also killed every other human in the world, leaving Steve as the only survivor. But whatever this thing is, it must have been extremely powerful. As of right now, there are no mobs more powerful than the warden, but that doesn't mean that there won't be. One big possibility I see is a boss planned out by Notch that even Jeb said was basically promised to us. And that's the Red Dragon, a boss meant to be like the Ender Dragon, but for the overworld. But what if it was never meant for the overworld and it was actually native to the dimension on the other side of the ancient city portal? If this dragon is more powerful than his Ender Dragon counterpart, it could easily stand a chance of defeating the warden, and could destroy the Nether portals. The big reason why this wouldn't really work is because last we heard about this new boss, Notch said it would be smaller than the Ender Dragon, meaning that it wouldn't even be near the strength of the warden. But that doesn't mean I'm giving up. There's one more creature that I think we could all agree fits all the criteria for our super mob overlord, and that is Herobrine. Herobrine might be simply just a myth, but if he were added into the game, he would be the most powerful mob by far. So this guy can teleport. Okay, but enough joking around. There's actually a mob that can teleport that's in the game right now that might be able to defeat the warden and destroy the portals. Endermen aren't the strongest mob by any means, but there are a lot of them. Them combined with the Ender Dragon is almost definitely enough to kill the warden, kill every other living creature in the overworld, and banish the piglins to the Nether. But as usual, there's always a problem. I need to start actually making like good lore or something. The main problem with this is the same problem many detectives face in your favorite crime shows.
You want to know how I would have gotten away with your crime? I would have killed the ice cream store owner.
Motive. The Ender Dragon, to our knowledge, never has and never will leave her dimension, and even if she did, there's no reason why she would attack the ancient cities. So although she and her Endermen are capable, I doubt it was really her. With the elimination of the Ender Dragon, I sincerely doubt that the mob that left the overworld in pieces is actually in the game currently, and will most likely be introduced in a future Minecraft update. There's a mob vote coming October 15th, so who knows, maybe one of those mobs will be the true villain of Minecraft. And remember to subscribe.